Good evening from Swansea, South Wales, wrestling fans. I'm Ben Allison here at Wrestling Republic, and we have a very special interview for you guys today because today's guest is a man who has won championships all over the world, from his birth nation of Switzerland to Germany to the UK before conquering the US, winning titles in WWE, Ring of Honor, PWG, AEW, and more. But the one country where he has never won a championship belt, despite winning the Grand Prix in 2024, is Mexico. And tomorrow night, live from Arena Mexico on Triller TV, he will have the chance as he challenges for the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship against Gran Guerrero. Welcome to the show, Claudio Castagnoli.
That was quite the introduction. Thank you very much.
It is great to have you here. And first off, we have to talk about that big match tomorrow. Gran Guerrero, the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship. This is your opportunity, like I said, to win your first championship belt in Mexico. How are you feeling, and how much does this match mean to you?
I'm feeling good. I'm very excited. I think Mexico has always had a special place in my heart, and I really enjoyed wrestling in Arena Mexico before. I think it may be my favorite venue to wrestle in the world.
Wow.
It's a really tough pick, but it is very special. Maybe also personally because when I just started my career, I went to Mexico for about a week and then came back for like about a month and lived there and
Oh,
wrestled, and it
wow.
was just looking up at Arena Mexico and seeing the guys that wrestled there, watching them on TV every week, and then actually being able to go back there 20 years later, and win the Grand Prix, and now have the chance to compete for the CMLL Heavyweight Championship. Um, that's pretty special for me.
Absolutely. And you mentioned it there, but winning the Grand Prix, I mean, the ring was just full when you won it. I mean, how much did that mean to you in that moment when you won it?
I feel like I was very lucky to have a lot of special moments in my career that I can look back on, but that was on the very top of the list because there was some extremely talented people on my team. There were some extremely talented people on uh, the Team Mexico, and the atmosphere was absolutely amazing. And to stand, it wrestling can be very, very lonely, very
Mm.
one versus one in a way, which is amazing. I revel in that. I like the competition, but that the Grand Prix reminded me of a team sport, and
Oh, nice.
I haven't been part of that in a long time. So it was a really cool feeling, and to be able to bring the win to my team was amazing.
That is absolutely brilliant. And of course, you can all watch Claudio challenge Gran Guerrero for the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship tomorrow live from Arena Mexico on Triller TV for just $9.99. The next question I wanted to ask you is about last night's AEW Dynamite, because you defeated Orange Cassidy. And of course, this is now your third Continental Classic, more than anyone else. I mean, how much does this tournament mean to you?
Well, I think the Continental Classic has become the tournament in professional wrestling within 3 years. And you, if you would have asked me every year, I've probably said it every year, being saying that like the competitors in it are amazing and are the best. But I feel like this year's competitors, I mean, just look at the blue block.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just you look at it and it's a who's who, and you'd be really hard to pick the outcome of it. And the same with the golden block as well. And that's that's what a tournament should be. I think it's very unpredictable, which is obviously great for everyone involved, and it's a big challenge, which is what I'm looking forward to, and that's why I like being in the Continental Classic. It's because it's plain simple, it's grit, it's determination, it's one versus one, seeing who's the best.
That is incredible. And of course, you mentioned how stacked it is. Next week, you're going to be facing fellow Death Rider John Moxley. But what I'd love to know is how the Death Riders actually came about. Was it an idea which you were involved with from the beginning? Was it something which John Moxley thought up and came to you with? How did that all come about?
You know, it is a vision from from John Moxley that I share, that we have the exact same mindset on, and that is uh, elevating every single person uh, that we come in contact with, and making AW um, the best place possible. And you know, we it's essentially that you step up, or I mean, it's almost what we used to say in the Blackpool Combat Club, but um, while that has its limits, I feel like Death Riders, there's no limit to it. And we just don't have time for people who don't want to put in the work, who don't want to do what is necessary. And we both share that vision.
Well, it is certainly working. That is for sure. And up next, a very different question, a very random question, but I really want to ask the question because when I was a young teenager, me and all my friends, we loved you in WWE, but it
Mhm.
wasn't just because of your swing, your uppercut, your strength, or anything like that. The one thing which we all absolutely loved was just your ability to just rip the suit off all the time. I mean, how did that idea actually come about?
um so I was injured. I had a rotator cuff injury, so I was out for about 4 months, and I just wanted to come back with something new, something different, to have an impact, kind of evolve my personality and look. And I thought that would be a really cool thing. So I actually made that tearaway suit myself.
Oh,
So
wow.
so, um, yeah, I just thought it was something really cool, and something that people would hopefully enjoy, because I loved it. So, yeah, I'm very glad you did.
Why did you end up stopping doing it in the end?
It was just something that, again, I'm a big believer that you have to you have to evolve. You have
Mm,
to keep going with the times. For certain people, it works. They can just do whatever they do for a long time. For me, I always felt like, okay, it needs to evolve a little bit, um, because I also felt like that was my career path and my trajectory. And that suit, it started with the tearaway suit, and then I started teaming with Sheamus, and then it became the kilts and the jackets. So it just kind of
yeah.
evolved from there.
That is awesome. And just to wrap it up, the final question I have for you is another random one. But again, I feel like I have to ask it because in 2023, you attended a football game of my favorite club, my second love, Arsenal. And I want to know, are you now an Arsenal fan?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not.
Oh.
But it was a great game. Um, and it was an amazing atmosphere. I had the the privilege and the chance to go to many sporting events, over my career, because of what I do for a living. And I mean, that was Champions League football. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was very special. And I mean, you as an Arsenal fan, like, you guys absolutely smashed them. I went with one of my American colleagues who was on our PR team, and I just looked at him at halftime and was like, this is not always like that, because they always make fun of, they don't understand how a game can end in a tie, or, like 1-0 or whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think it was 4-0 at halftime. And I'm like, you this is special here.
Who is it that you do support then?
So that's a very hard question, because I feel like I never had a team growing up. So I
Oh,
just
okay.
kind of follow the Swiss players around,
Ah, fair.
and kind of do that. But there's a lot of clubs have been really good to me. I mean, like Man City let us go on the pitch and actually shoot penalties, and then obviously, with Tony Khan, Fulham is always something to keep an eye on. So to me, and I also don't want to. I don't want to just be like a guy that just picks the top team now and then like I
Yeah,
support
fair
them.
enough.
So
Yeah.
so to me, I'm like I'm just going to be honest. Like there's a lot of I just love watching football, and if a team has a Swiss player, then I support them at least a little bit. But unfortunately, you guys sold Shaka, so you know.
That's true. We did, unfortunately. But thank you so much for taking the time today, Claudio. We really appreciate it. And once again, you can watch Claudio challenge Gran Guerrero for the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship tomorrow live from Arena Mexico on Triller TV for just $9.99. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. Thanks for the questions, and I hope you tune in tomorrow because I think that may be the biggest match in my career, if I think about it. So it's going to be a big
Wow.
one, right? I mean, if you think about it, right? It's Arena Mexico. It's for the CMLL World Championship. I mean, again, I've had a lot of important and great matches, um, but that's what I look at it. To be fair, I look at every match that I have as the biggest one because somebody told me once it was like you're only as good as your last match. So
Mm.
I'm giving it my all every time, and this is definitely a special one for me.
Well, I'm really excited to watch it. Thank you once again for taking the time, and thank you everybody for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.